Crazy things happen on Sunday Night Football, though. So
It does,
we'll
though.
just
It
have to
does.
see. So far, we agree 100%. Let's see if we agree on this one. Monday Night Football, Dallas Cowboys at Arizona Cardinals. The Cowboys are 2.5 point favorites. And in this game, the over under. Dan, can you guess this over under for me?
The over under, is it like over 50?
Oh, it's over 50.
God, over
It's
60?
no, no, but it's got a half in there. It's 50 something and a
50,
half.
55 and a half?
Close.
We're at 58 and a half? Or
No,
no,
no, no.
50, 52 and a half?
No, you got it right. 54 and a half. That is, I think, the second biggest spread I've seen this season. And for good reason. This Cowboys defense is terrible. And so far, pretty much everyone is able to put up like 24 to 27 points on them every single week. And the flip side of that is this Cowboys offense is top three in the NFL. Now the Cardinals, here, and let me hit you with the EPA stats. So offensively, Dallas is fifth in EPA,
Yep.
and defensively, they are 31st. Now the Cardinals are 19th in offensive EPA, but 20th in defensive EPA. So this is a very, very interesting matchup when it comes to team structure. You talk about being a balanced football team, having an offense and a defense. You can't pay everyone, so there's some trade-offs, right? Can't really have the most elite offense and defense in the NFL. So you would really hope it's more like 10th in offensive EPA and 10th in defensive EPA. This Cardinals team is about 20th in both. Now, the Cowboys have, 5th for offense and 31st for defense, so it's pretty clear who they are. And
Hmm.
in this game, Monday Night Football, I just feel like, Kyler coming back from this injury, it's very similar to the Jaden Daniels thing where I'm not sure what he's going to look like. Every year he comes off an injury and looks worse than he did before. And I know it sounds kind of obvious, but there's players who come back and they're just fine. Kyler's not
Hmm.
one of those guys. Every year, this is like my main excuse for him is that either, oh, DeAndre Hopkins, goes down or Kyler goes down and he comes back and he's not the same. That's looking like that's probably what this is going to be. Fortunately for him, he's playing this Cowboys defense. So I just don't know when it comes to the chemistry between him and Marv. Like that's gonna be huge. But Michael Wilson too he's a solid wide receiver too. I think the Cardinals will score points in this game. Ultimately, though, I think the Cowboys' ability to run the ball. I think the fact that they got Clayton Adams, the Cardinals' former offensive line coach and run game
Hmm.
coordinator, that really helped them move the ball with James Conner. And now the Cardinals don't have him. I think that's going to be a big reason the Cowboys will win this one. And I'm picking 31-30 Cowboys. So that is Cardinals plus 2.5. I am hedging slightly here, but that is definitely over 54.5. I think the only way that doesn't hit is if somehow I feel like the Cardinals have to score at least like 20 something. So it would have to be if the Cowboys just somehow get shut out, which I don't see happening. So that's my take. Dallas 31-30. Dan, what are your thoughts?
So this might be the first time we ever disagree in this one. So personally, and the reason why I disagree is because what I remember seeing from Kyler Murray is that for some reason his stats against the Cowboys, and they're playing at AT&T, from if I'm correct.
They are they're at Arizona.
They're at Arizona. Okay, it still don't matter because when they played Dallas, for some reason, Kyler's numbers have been so high on this Cowboys team that for some reason I'm expecting Marv to go off. I'm expecting some form of build up together. And of course Joey's gonna sit here and be like, everybody has their best week against the Cowboys. But it's like Kyler statistically always has a game against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So
He's two and
for
he's
the
two and
first time,
I'll add for you.
yeah.
He's 2-0 against them. They played in 2020 and 2022 when the defense was much better than it is now.
Yep.
He threw two touchdown passes in both of those games, and he's got a passer rating of 100.9 between those two games. So you are correct. He
Thank
plays
you.
very well against the Cowboys.
So for some reason, right, even though he might have the injuries and everything, I genuinely feel as if Kyler in this situation is going to be one of those moments where ESPN, all these sports analysts are going to see him ball and everyone's going to try to glaze him. So that's why I see this game going 30-27
Okay.
as well. But Arizona. And it's just going to be one of those matchups that it's like Kyler's like, I feel like it's going to be like 2-minute offense. Kyler's going to rush down the field, waste all this clock, and then they're going to be able to get the last second field goal against the Cowboys. And then we're going to be back here on Monday or Tuesday talking about, oh, well, it's the Cowboys. But
Yeah, it's something that I think is going to be a really, really big moment for Kyler and honestly his whole career. Things are in heavy flux right now for Kyler Murray, and a big reason why is because of him having the injuries every year and us not quite seeing the potential. But you described how this is always a get right game for him. I think if he does get right, you're correct that people are going to show up on primetime or on the talk shows, and they're going to say all these great things about him, like they've always said he's like this top 10 talent or something like that. But if he loses this game, even if he performs well, I think there's a good chance people are going to start calling for his job. And to be honest, I get more and more confused every week with what the problem is in Arizona because I thought Gannon was a good coach, but they blow games late. And then I thought the defense was good. They're 20th in EPA. Offensively, they had a ton of talent. They're 19th in EPA. This is I've heard some people describe them as like the best 2-5 football team they've seen in a long time. I think it's true, but you gotta win at some point. So I think if he doesn't win, he's gonna get heavily criticized. And I definitely think they got a chance. That's why I took Cardinals plus 2.5. So I don't fully disagree with you, but I just think Dallas with their run game is gonna be able to control the end of the game a little bit more.
fully sure, and of course, being an seeing an ex Eagle like Josh Sweat on that team, of course, I'm gonna be paying really close attention to seeing the pressure that they get on Dak and um players like Buda Baker and Josh Sweat. It really upsets me because it's like those dudes are, I feel like, still slightly in their prime, but with this team and how they're being led, and I'm not even gonna blame Kyler. I'll probably blame Gannon, and you can call me a salty Eagles fan for that Super Bowl, but I feel as if back then when Gannon put his hands on his own player
Yeah,
mid game like that, it kind of shows the kind of, I guess, tier list type of build of a team rather than being one cohesive unit. It really showed that it's I'm sorry, I've never seen that beforehand. And I know
yeah,
I've
it was
seen
pretty
many,
crazy.
yeah, I've seen many talk show hosts talk about oh my God, you just put your hand on another grown man. It's yeah, this isn't like when we were in college or we were in high school and you're just acting out and your coach grabs your face mask and he's like, get your shit locked
Get
in.
a
It's
grip,
no, it's yeah, get a grip, get it locked in. It's no, these are all, you guys are basically all almost the same age
right?
and you're getting this hype about it. And it's your head coach, while of course I'm not really one to talk being an Eagles fan, but should be the calmest and also most locked in person in the John, you know what I mean? And it's you're gonna get emotion, you're gonna get hype, but once it gets to a certain level, it's you're not feeling that same way, you know what I mean?
I
So
can't. I can't.
it's
I
yeah,
was
you're not really gonna work out so well. So that's why personally I've been blaming Gannon, and that's why I feel if you go get to another coach, because Cliff Kingsbury, bro, he was cooking with him.
yeah.
He had a really long undefeated season with him,
Un-
and until D Hop got hurt, and then stuff started really falling apart. But that's why, hey, I see Gannon the problem, and Gannon needs to go. He needs to figure it out somewhere else. But hey, that's just me.
Yeah, and I feel like the defense should be a lot better. So I do partially I do put a lot of the blame on Gannon at this point. But it's time to move on. Unfortunately, we